He thought he was slick, sneaking around, using my car to visit her and sleeping under the roof I paid for. But the day I found out, I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I took everything and left him with nothing. Literally nothing. If you've ever dreamed of the perfect revenge, the kind that doesn't need yelling, just strategy, you're in the right place. Like the video, subscribe for more true stories, and tell me in the comments, what would you do if your partner betrayed you? Let me tell you exactly how I turned betrayal into one of the most calculated wins of my life. I met Ryan 4 years ago. I was fresh out of a toxic relationship, still healing, still figuring myself out. And Ryan? He was charming in a lazy kind of way, laid back, sarcastic, and always talking about dreams he never seemed to actually chase. But I was the fixer type. You know the kind, the overachiever who thinks love can inspire someone to do better. I had a good job, stable income, and had just bought a small but beautiful townhouse. Nothing too fancy, but it was mine. Ryan moved in after 6 months. No rent, no bills. Just his clothes, his guitar, and his dog-eared copy of Bukowski poetry like he was some misunderstood genius. I should have seen the red flags, but when you're in love or when you want it to be love, you blur the lines. You ignore the gut feeling when he forgets to pick you up or when he suddenly guards his phone like it's the Ark of the Covenant. But the real unraveling began slowly. He started staying out late, saying he was at the studio. Except he never produced music. He didn't have a job. He said he was focusing on passion projects, which seemed to include gaming for 12 hours straight. I paid for everything: electricity, internet, groceries, even his weed, which he insisted helped him create. Still, I stayed. Maybe because I believed people could grow. Maybe because I was scared of starting over. Maybe because, and this hurts to admit, I thought I didn't deserve better. But the day everything changed was a Tuesday. It was raining. I remember that clearly because I'd forgotten my umbrella and got drenched walking to my car after work. When I got home, Ryan wasn't there. Fine, whatever. He usually wasn't. I went to change clothes, and that's when I noticed his iPad on the kitchen counter, unlocked. I wasn't looking for trouble, but when you live with a liar, curiosity isn't snooping, it's survival. And there it was, a text thread titled Baby Rose. I opened it. The first message I saw said, "Can't wait for you to do that thing with your tongue again, face blowing kiss." My heart didn't drop. It froze. Then the messages kept coming. "She's so uptight, always nagging. You're the only one who really gets me." She paid for the hotel again, faced with tears of joy. That was it. The switch flipped. Not heartbreak, not even rage. It was clarity. Cold, precise clarity. I didn't scream. I didn't confront him. Instead, I poured myself a glass of wine and made a list. A revenge list. Ryan wasn't on the lease. The house was in my name. And because he'd never contributed financially, I had legal grounds to remove him. I called a lawyer, a friend of my older sister, and told him everything. He explained I had every right to evict Ryan, especially with no rental agreement or shared assets. But I wanted to go further. I wanted it to sting. I took screenshots of everything. The texts, the hotel receipts he bragged about, even his lazy conversations with friends mocking me. Then I cleaned out my shared Google account, deleted his access to Netflix, Spotify, everything he used that I paid for. I waited until he left one afternoon. Told me he was meeting a producer. I knew he was going to see her. I didn't care. While he was gone, I changed every lock in the house. Front door, back door, garage. I boxed up all his things, what little there was, and put them neatly in the garage. Then I went to my neighbor, an ex-cop, and asked if he could be around the next day when I delivered the final blow. Just in case. Ryan came back the next evening. Tried the key. Didn't work. He knocked. I opened the door just enough for him to see my face, calm, cold, unbothered. "What the hell?" he said. I handed him an envelope, legal notice of eviction, signed and dated. Then I pointed to the garage and said, "Your stuff's in there. You have 24 hours to get it." He tried to push past me. That's when my neighbor stepped out onto his porch, just standing there, silent, watching. Ryan backed off. "You can't do this," he spat. I smiled. I already did. Then I closed the door. He tried calling me nonstop. I blocked him. Then he used different numbers. Blocked again. Then came the emails. I'm homeless. You ruined my life. You heartless *TC. I didn't reply. A week later, I heard from a mutual friend that he was sleeping in his car and couch surfing with random people. Karma's not a maybe. It's a math equation. He withdrew from me every single day, emotionally, financially, and spiritually. All I did was close the account. There's a moment, after all the tears, all the second-guessing, all the self-doubt, where you finally reclaim your power. And when I saw Ryan sitting outside the garage the next morning, holding a torn duffel bag like a wet dog, I didn't feel pity. I felt peace. Because in the end, I didn't just kick out a cheater. I kicked out dead weight. You know, sometimes the best revenge isn't loud or violent. It's calm. It's silent. It's strategic. The real win isn't making them hurt. It's reminding them they lost you. If you've ever been betrayed, disrespected, or underestimated, you know how good justice feels. Drop a fire in the comments if you'd have done the same. Like the video if you felt that sweet hit of karma. And don't forget to subscribe for more real stories where justice isn't just served, it's crafted.